Everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is the show we talk about sports with comedians. And yeah, sorry about that. Let's get ready to bring the comics in because we got a lot to talk about. Got a lot of ground to cover today. First up is my man Howie Bell. How you doing, Howie? How's everything, bro?
All is well, my brother. How you?
I'm okay. I'm all right. My man, I know he got to be happier than the pig and doo doo. Maurice Smith. How you doing, Mo?
What's going on, everybody? I'm over here just chilling, just chilling, just chilling.
It's good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Let me make sure I get this right. There you go. We got a lot to cover, man. Because we didn't meet on Friday. There's a lot of stuff that happened in the NBA. I want to talk about obviously the NBA playoffs. I want to talk about a couple of sports stories and stuff that jump off to you. So first, I'm gonna start with you, Howie, first. And let's talk about this Knicks Boston Celtics NBA playoff series, man. Let's dive into that for about a few minutes, dive into that, and then dive into the OKC Denver Nuggets series because we got to dive into that too because that's going to change a lot of the landscape first too. So, Howie, give me your thoughts first on the NBA playoffs, the Celtics playing the Knicks. What's your first thing that comes to mind?
Well, congratulations to the New York Knicks for moving along to the Eastern Conference Finals. Well deserved, man. They played their butts off. They played very hard. I saw a lot of collapse in Boston too. Yeah, especially the first two games. With the big leads being up, like 20 plus points or what have you, and giving those leads away. And even kind of when Tatum got hurt, even though it was the closing, they probably would have lost that particular game, but it still just took the life out of them, I think, for the last game. And it just, hey, man, it's just one of those things. Maybe it'll give the Celtics a little bit of a wake-up call. I think the coaching had a lot to do with that, too. And so maybe they need to figure that out because they never really made adjustments. You know what I'm saying? They just kind of was like, this is what we're going to do. You know what I mean? And then that old saying, you live by the three, you die by the three, came to haunt them as well. You know what I mean? I think they only made, I don't know, like 40, I don't know, maybe less than that threes out of like 100 and something 3-point attempts or something crazy. It was like crazy through the whole series. So that's my thoughts on it, man. And I'm looking forward to the next series.
Yeah, me and you both. Mo, give me your take on the Knicks Celtics series.
My take is that it's not like what Howie just said, but they shot the threes when they were on, they were on. When they weren't on, and they missed a lot of open threes. It's not like they were
Yeah.
well contested threes. They were. I was watching earlier a sports show today. It was something like 60 something threes uncontested out of 130 something
Yeah, it was
that they
crazy.
missed.
Yeah.
So I mean, they missed a lot of uncontested threes. I'm just looking at it like, look, my team moved on. I'm glad about it. We haven't had that in 25 years in New York City as far as basketball is concerned. We haven't had a lot to cheer about in New York City as far as sports is concerned, period. Because with the Yankees, to me, they don't count because if the Yankees don't win the World Series, it's a bad year. That's how the Yankees come into it. That's how it's always been in New York. And I'm sure Frank know as teams that have been consistently to the finals and they have a lot of championships to show. It's either championship or nothing. There's nothing in between. That's just those particular teams. And I'm ready for Indiana.
Okay,
I
so
feel like,
no, I'm
huh?
sorry. No, go ahead. Finish what you're saying. I'm
I'm
sorry.
ready for Indiana. I think it was a lot of disrespect towards the Knicks and how we came into that series. And I'm ready
Okay,
for Indiana.
so Howie, the Knicks are about to jump into a series with the Indiana Pacers. The Indiana Pacers first they beat Milwaukee, then they upset Cleveland. Nobody saw them hitting, even playing that well. But not only did they play well, the Cleveland Cavaliers seemed like they couldn't miss, and they're riding high. So I guess everybody's now going to be paying attention to see. But the Knicks they were able to beat Indiana. So, but Indiana, like I said, is playing really, really well. What's your thought on this? Because let me just say this. My little piece, and I'll tell you all what I'm both thinking of both these series. I think this is the Knicks' best chance to make it to the finals because they got home court advantage against the Indiana Pacers. They got momentum because they know and confidence because they know they can beat the Pacers. That's my take on that. What's your take on the Pacers now getting ready to face literally the New York Knicks who's riding high? What's your take on that?
I think that this is going to be an awesome series. I think Indiana beat them last year in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken. So this is, a little bit of maybe a little get back, for New York. I don't know, man. This is tough. I just think the Pacers are just wired a little differently. And that's why they were able to do what they did, in the last couple series. But I don't know, man. I can't call it. I'm not gonna say I'm calling Indiana or New York. I'm just gonna say this is gonna be interesting how this shapes out to be. After the first 3 games, we're gonna know something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 4. This is gonna may go 7 games. I can't say that. I think
Okay.
it's gonna go all the way.
What's your confidence level on this one, Mo? Being you're a Knicks fan.
Knicks in 6, baby. Knicks in 6, baby. Knicks in 6. We owe Indiana from last year. Indiana took a third-string team and a depleted team all the way to 7 games. But we took Indiana to 7 games, and we couldn't just close it out at the Garden. OG Anunoby had a hamstring. Brunson, there was something wrong with Brunson. Hart was hurt. It was a lot going on. I think Randall was out. Listen, Knicks in 6. And we don't have Randall no more. We didn't have Cat last year, and we didn't have Mitchell Robinson. Also, during that playoff, Mitchell Robinson is a very big key. Without Mitchell Robinson, Boston goes on. I don't even think we make the playoffs without Robinson. We don't make it the first round without Mitchell Robinson. He's a big key factor, factor in our playoffs.
Now let's look at on the Western Conference side of things, Howie, because on the Western Conference side of things, man, Denver went 7 games with OKC, and OKC was finally able to get over that hump with SGA playing really good. But now you got the Joker and his team. Joker. Here's the situation with Denver. Denver lost their coach. They fired their coach in the midseason.
Yep.
They had their issues. But now you got OKC finally getting over the Denver hump, and people are surprised that won 7 games, man. What you think about OKC in the Denver series? What you think?
Well, that was a great series, man. I watched most of those games. That was a great series. But I say this, man, and those teams, either one of them, I thought would definitely probably wind up winning the NBA championship. So I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that was the Western Conference Finals. Now, I'm not taking my man Ant-Man out of this because I really love him as a player, a person, and I like that team, and I think that they're incredible. So, but I just don't see them beating OKC. OKC's firepower is on a whole nother level. They shoot a very high percentage. Their defense is great. They're fast. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see them. I see that series could go 6 or 7 games as well. I just don't see them defeating OKC.
Okay. Okay, so let me see what your take is on this, Mo, because obviously, Mo, that series went 7. Denver went 7 with OKC. OKC played really well, but people wouldn't think they were going to get past Denver. They finally got past Denver. They finally get ready to face Memphis. It's the Western Conference Finals. What you think about the Denver OKC matchup playoff?
I knew that was going to go 7. I knew Denver wasn't going to go there. I said that in one of the shows we had. Denver was going to take them to 7 games. I thought Denver might have won it. Because my honest opinion is once you get SGA out the game, then they vulnerable. That's when they become vulnerable. If you watch it, that's what they did. And that's how I think Memphis is going to beat them. I think Memphis is going to take this. I got Memphis coming out the West.
So that's interesting. You got Memphis coming out the West.
Right now I do.
Okay. So Howie, now we looking at 4 teams before we move on to the rest of the part of the show. Who you got in the finals?
If I got to choose it, man, I got to go with the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder, man. I just don't see, I just see these being 2 great conference championship, playoff rounds, but I just see those 2 teams getting over the hump, and they're both efficient. They both kind of play the same way. Really good defense, high scoring, really efficient from outside. I just don't see them not being in the finals, either one of those teams.
Okay, so Mo, before I bring it up and tell you to ask you your opinion, I'm gonna say this, Mo, because me and you are friends. Mo, this is the Knicks' best chance to not only get to the finals, to win. It's the best chance that they got. I don't see in all my lifetime that I've ever watched, NBA sports, that as far back as I can remember, I don't ever remember, even with Charles Oakley and them, the Knicks and everything else. I don't remember it being this good because the Knicks can beat the Pacers. The Knicks can beat, they can beat Memphis. They might not be able to beat OKC, but if they play, miraculously, they could beat OKC. But it's their best chance to get to the finals and the best chance to win, in my opinion. I don't think they're gonna do it, but it's my best chance. What's your take on the finals? Who you got in the finals, and how you feeling?
I got Memphis and New York in the finals. Memphis is going to knock off OKC. Like I say, OKC, they've been shown that they could be vulnerable by Denver. Don't think Memphis didn't watch. The Pacers, I'm not going to say they cakewalk and we're going to run through them, but we're going to take them off. The Knicks are going to take them off. It's going to be Memphis and New York in the finals. And I'm going with New York over Memphis.
Okay, I like that. I like your pick. Now, here's my take. My take is going to be the Pacers and OKC, and I think OKC can blow out everybody who's remaining. They can blow them out if they're on their A game. They got double.
I promise you they can.
Say it again.
I said I promise you they can. They can blow out anybody remaining.
They can blow out everybody who's remaining. Everybody's remaining. They can blow them out 3 out of 7 games and everything else with no problem. Not even break a sweat. That's the scary part about it. I'm gonna just throw this caveat out there, for I like to talk about, crazy stuff like this. OKC is so good. I don't know if anybody's even paying attention. Kevin Durant is sitting out there just literally getting ready to get out of his contract with Phoenix. If he ends up landing on OKC and OKC wins this year, they could possibly even repeat because OKC ain't got to give up nothing to get Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? If he's able to get out of his contract with Phoenix, he literally could do that. You know what I mean? They got 6 or 7 first-round picks in the next 4 or 5 years coming up. They got a lot of first-round picks.
Do they really? I didn't know they had that many coming up.
They got
They can get Giannis. Then they can get Giannis.
They could too. They could get.
They
Giannis.
got a lot of leverage right now. Huh?
They got a lot. They got a lot that they can do. If they win this year, they probably be the first team since 2017 that they can repeat, and then they'll be scary. They got double bigs. They got 2 young guys playing hot. SGA's playing phenomenal. SGA is going to win the MVP of the year. He's going to win the MVP of the finals. He's going to win MVP of the MVP of the finals, MVP of the year, and MVP of the playoff. He's going to win all those awards, and we ain't seen nothing like that since Michael Jordan. So y'all sit back and y'all get ready for this because we in for a treat. If you like basketball, you're in for a treat.
Absolutely. I agree.
All right, so now it's time to jump into the show because we always give us our top 5s and stuff like this, and we always like. So I guess the question I got for you now, Howie, is going to be the top 5 active NBA players we would like to see do play-by-play. Give me your top 5.
Oh man, well, yeah. So I comprise a little list of my top 5. Hey man, it's interesting, man. Some of these guys are very smart, bro, and some of them already work in broadcasting, so it wouldn't be hard. For these guys like Jamal Crawford, got him on my list, man. I love that guy. I love how he got, kind of mixed with the little hood about him, but
how he don't count because he ain't active.
Yeah, he's not active, but yeah, that's true.
You're cheating, Howard. I love you.
And he's already doing play-by-play. He's working.
No, he don't do play-by-play. He's an analyst though. But he don't do play-by-play.
But he does MSG. He does MSG in the place of Clyde.
Yeah, he sure does. He's really good. He's really
well,
good.
Check this. He's very good. So all right. So let's scratch that. We'll put a star by him. So Chris Paul is still playing right now.
That's a good pick. Good pick.
Chris Paul is still playing right now, and he is very intelligent, very smart, very well spoken, articulate, all that kind of stuff. I think he would make great play-by-play. As a current player right now, as you say. Andre Iguodala. Currently playing?
Yeah, he is. I think he is.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's another intelligent brother right there. You know what I'm saying? And actually, he got a lot. I don't know if y'all know that about him, but he invests in a lot of tech stuff and things like that right now. You know what I'm saying? The dude is smart. And he got. After he gets done, he's gonna be on his way. He's gonna make some real money. But I think that he could do that. You know what I'm saying? And he could bring kind of a different thing. You know what I'm saying to play by play. You know what I'm saying? I like Iguodala. Of course, you got to go with my man, Draymond Green. I would love to see Draymond Green do play-by-play, especially play-by-play, and when people do stuff like what he's been doing. I would love to see his take. Or somebody committing some type of similar flagrant type of foul or some kind of egregious play, I want to see what he would say, whether he's going to be non-biased or what when he does that. That's going to be very interesting, my man Draymond Green. I think he's going to get into broadcasting when he retires, though. I do. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum.
I like him.
Yeah, man,
like
absolutely. I like him too. Like him a lot. You know, he got the journalism degrees. You know what I'm saying? He already does podcasts. You know, I think he be one. You know what I'm saying? I think he can get in there. You know, if he keeps it up. You know what I'm saying? Good guy. He's likable. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff. So, you know, and how many is that? That's what, 3?
Yeah, that's 3 plus a bonus.
3 plus a bonus. 3 plus a bonus. And well, hey, that's it. 3 plus a bonus. That's it right there. My current active players.
I give you your current active players. Look like Spanky Hayes is trying to join the show too. I'm gonna give him a second to get his thoughts together, get himself together, situated. Go ahead, Mo. Give me your top 5 players that you think can do play-by-play. And then I'm gonna bring in Spanky.
Well, I don't know if they can do it, but I'd like to see these cats attempt it. I think it would be funny as hell. I'd like to see Anthony Edwards doing play-by-play. You know what I'm saying? On the sideline, I can tell he'd be like, why he ain't dunk on him? Or do this, I had done this, I had done that. He'd have been like so Jordan-esque in his delivery of how he would have took him apart. I think he'd have just been dissing everybody. PJ Tucker. If you notice, PJ Tucker's riding the bench for the Knicks. I'd like to see him do play-by-play. He'd get into a fight with himself. I swear to God, he would.
He would. Go ahead.
I'd like to see Kyrie Irving do play-by-play.
Okay.
I want to know if he would go into, like, if the world is flat and all that kind of stuff and cosmetic, cosmic, all that, moon and stars. I'd like to see Kyrie Irving after he comes out of a room smelling like the after party at the Source Awards.
You stupid.
While Kawhi Leonard, only because he don't never talk. He don't never say. I would love, what Kawhi Leonard would probably be like? You ever watch the movie Major League? Mm-hmm. And if you ever watch Major League, Bob Uecker is one of the announcers. He got this young kid next to him. Yeah. And the kid, no, I'm sorry, wrong movie. Longest Yard. And Longest Yard, the second one. And I think Chris Berman has the guy next to him and he wouldn't say nothing. I think that's how Kawhi Leonard would be. He just sit there and say nothing. He may say something. And the last one, Ben Simmons. I want to really hear if he know how to play basketball since we don't never see him play it. Yeah. I want to know if he can talk about it.
He going to be like Dan Orlovsky. I bet you right now he going to be like, how Dan Orlovsky sucked at football, was really great at play,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
he's going to be like that.
He probably a basketball savant.
Yeah, he probably will be. My man Spanky Hayes is in the building. Spanky, man, long time no see. How you doing, sir? I like that Spider-Man shirt.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
What's going on, people? How we doing? Hey, I didn't get all the questions, but I will say one person that I would like to see play like that is Bronny James because he can't play.
Well, here's the question, Spanky. Here's the question. The question is, give me 5 active NBA players that you know that you think can do play-by-play. That could be sitting there right on the court talking about, hey, you know what I mean? How Doris Burke does it.
Oh, okay.
Give me 5 active players that you think could do play-by-play. So, Spank gave me his, and it could be any 5 players you want, but they got to be active. Because, my man Howie, I love him in his homework. He cheated with one. That's the first time he cheated in a week.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say Stephen Curry because everybody likes to play like him. He kind of single-handedly changed the whole basketball world, if you will. Right. So I would love to see him talk about other players trying to play like him.
That's right.
I would love to see Ant-Man. And here's the thing with Ant-Man. One, he's not going to win this year at all. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's going to win this year. And he's not Jordan-esque. What is this S shit? Where did the S come from? What is the S? Jordan-esque? The only dude that ever was Jordan-esque was Kobe Bryant.
That's, mm-hmm.
Maybe Tracy McGrady if you wanted to add somebody else.
Kobe
But
Bryant would have been dope at doing play-by-play though. For the record, he would have been dope if he would have been dope.
Kobe. He would have been an Italian. That's why.
Oh,
come on, Kobe would have been dope in anything, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I like Halliburton, man. I think Halliburton could do the play-by-play. Halliburton, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I like him.
Give me one more. You got one more.
One more. I'm gonna stick with Bronny James because I think he would be saying everything wrong because he don't really know how to play. If LeBron George James wasn't his daddy, he wouldn't even be in that predicament.
Hilarious. All right, let me give you all my 5, man. That's hilarious. Number 5 for me would be LeBron James because I think LeBron knows basketball inside out, upside down. I think he'd be really good doing play-by-play because I think he does it upside down. Number 4 for me would be Draymond Green. I think Draymond Green would be really, really good at this.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. And my sneaky person who come in at number 3, who I don't think nobody would think of, that'd be really good, is Tyler Hero. I think Tyler Hero would be really, really good. Number 1, because he speaks intelligently. He knows how to hang with the black folks. He knows what you're trying to do, what you're not trying to do, and everything else. He would be literally, I think he'd be bananas at this if he was to ever do it. I think he'd be insane. Number 2 for me would be Donovan Mitchell. I think Donovan Mitchell, the way he cuts and does all the stuff, I think Donovan Mitchell could see, because I think when he's on the court, he can see the breakdown real fast and he attacks it because he sees it on the court. So I think he'd be able to see it when he's commentating. But my number 1 dude, and I got to give him shout out, give him love, man, is my hometown Boston Celtic dude is Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown, being that he's a scientist now, he's a doctor, and this dude knows basketball upside down, left and right. I think Jaylen Brown would be fun, and he's very articulate. So I think that'd be it. That's my 5. Now I like all y'all's 5. I even like Howie's 5 because Howie, no, I'm only saying it because
Damn Howie.
No, because the Crowder kid he picked. Real talk. That dude he picked. That dude he's really, really good, and he should be. Yeah. He's really, really good. Honestly, he's one of my favorites. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I like him.
Who did you pick? Who did you pick, Howie?
Tell him, Howie. Tell him who you picked.
The one I cheated on.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Jamal Crawford.
Jamal Crawford.
Beast. Absolutely beast.
Yeah, he was a beast. Now, Spank, this is the time for you to get ready to start writing real fast thoughts while we ask this next couple of questions so you can catch up real fast. All right, so Here it is. The top 5 hip-hop songs that would define any sports team. Howie, you got up first.
The top 5 hip-hop songs. Well, all right, check it out. So I gotta say this. I gotta say Miami Heat, we gotta start down there with Doo-Doo Brown, baby. You know what I'm saying? We got to go with that. That should be their theme song every time they come out. Doo-Doo Brown. Every time they come out, man, they get the whole stadium like this. You know what I'm saying? We need Doo-Doo Brown for the Miami Heat. I'm going to say the Toronto Raptors. They got to always have something Drake like. They light-skinned team anyway. You know what I'm saying? Hey, started from the bottom. Now we're here. You feel me? Yeah. We're going to rock with that for Toronto. At least they got a hometown hip-hop artists too. The Pittsburgh Steelers already had a song, and it's still sweet to me for them, and that's Black and Yellow. You know what I'm saying? That Wiz Khalifa joined that Black and Yellow. Man, that was a cold song. I think they should always play that. You know what I'm saying? I think they do still.
They do.
But I gotta go with hey man, the spirit of OKC. We've been talking about it. The little move, bitch. Get out the way. Because that's what they on right now. I don't think nobody is stopping that train right there. And the last one is my Los Angeles Lakers, man. I love them. They're definitely doing the Kobe and, and Shaq era and all that, man. But other than that, when they got LeBron, you got to give him one song, and that's Blow the Whistle by Too Short. Because all of them phantom calls, you can't do nothing but blow the whistle. Do on Los Angeles Lakers, baby.
That was a good list.
It goes
top 5 hip-hop songs.
It's a good list. It's a good list, Howie. It's a good list. Mo, give me your top. Mo writing his 5 right now. Mo, go give me your 5.
I had to change some stuff. I had to change some stuff up. But here's my 5 right now that define the mood of the team, that the mood of the team is in. Hard knock life. That's the Milwaukee Bucks, because they live in the hard knock life. It's rough down here in Milwaukee. They don't know Dame is gone for the year. They don't know if Giannis is coming back. It's a hard knock life for us.
That's a good one.
All about the Benjamins, the Dodgers. The Dodgers got the highest payroll, $32.5 million. They got the highest payroll in the whole league and might win again. It's all about the Benjamins when you're going out there with them Dodgers, boy. I'm telling you right now.
Is it 32 million or 32 billion?
325 million. I'm sorry.
325 million. Okay.
Yeah. White Chocolate was going to correct you. Believe me, he won't come in and correct you.
I know. I caught myself. But I thought I might have got away with it. Nobody might have heard it. Why y'all bringing the fuck up? Let me finish my routine.
White Chocolate catches everything. He don't miss nothing. Go ahead.
I know. All right, Frank, you ain't gonna like this one.
Uh-oh.
Suicidal thoughts for the Boston Celtics. When I die, fuck it, I want to go to hell. Suicidal thoughts.
Okay, real talk. That's exactly what I was on Friday. I wanted to kill everybody. I wanted to kill everybody. Go ahead, Mo.
Right there. Yo, I'm not even going to go into. I'm just going to go to the next one. That one says it all. Sometimes you even got to finish the joke. It says it all. For the Baltimore Ravens, Method Man, bring the pain. I think that describes them. I came to bring the pain hardcore to them. I think that's the Baltimore Ravens right now. It's been them ever since they lost that final playoff game. They focus. They fully focus. They bringing the pain right now. And the last one for my New York Knicks, baby, it's Mobb Deep. Shook ones. Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks.
It's gonna be hilarious. I'm gonna play back this episode when they lose the series. I'm just playing.
I don't care. It's been 25 years. Remember when the Red Sox beat the Yankees and y'all were out in the street? They were shooting in the air. They didn't even win the World Series yet, Frank. Remember that? I do. I was here.
I remember, but also
all right. Then, so let us, in my Brooklyn Brownsville voice, can I live, son?
You can live. But also,
thank you.
Remember this one? 4 games later, they won the World Series. So, okay, I give you that. 4 games later, they swept the Cardinals right after that.
But they hadn't won. They were shooting in the air just because they beat New York. So we run them to the street when we beat Boston. Same thing.
You're right. That's why I love you, Mo. You're right. Spank, you got to give me any sport, any team. Give me hip hop songs that define the team. I think you got you just got 10 good examples of what we've got. So give me your 5.
Well, I'm gonna start with the Detroit Pistons and DMX. I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. Because they can't get up. They can't win. They can't buy a bucket.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Boston Celtics. I know you love that. With Lucky Me by Jay-Z, because that's how Jaylen Brown felt. Lucky me, man. How did this dude get hurt and now we can't even win? Here's I hate to say this because I hate to talk against my team, but the Warriors, man, Jimmy Buckets, man, he couldn't close the game out without Stephen Curry. So I'm gonna go with that. They need Without Me. Eminem. Seems so empty without me. That's what Stephen Curry was saying when he was on the sidelines. You know what I'm saying? What was that? 3?
3.
Okay, so let's go with
Somebody doing karate back there?
Oh yeah, my kids. You don't want to mess with them. I'm gonna say, remember that old song? Congratulations. I thought it would be me. And I would have to dedicate that to the Knicks after this after this series because there ain't no way they're getting past Indiana.
Oh, here we go with that bullshit.
Come on, man. The Knicks suck, bro.
Right.
Anyway.
Okay, we gonna see.
And I would dedicate any Rihanna song to Brunson because they both have similar foreheads.
Hilarious.
Is that 5?
That's 5. That's your 5.
All right. I got past that one. All right.
That's your 5. All right, here go my 5, and Howie stole some of my thunder, but here go my 5. Number 5 for me is California Love, baby, with the LA Lakers, man, because everybody feels that California love, so I was like, that's for them, that fits them. And number 4 for me right now, after the Knicks won this, beat the Celtics, everybody's in a New York state of mind, so I was like, yeah, that fits them perfectly. I can't knock that one. And being that everybody wants to go to Miami, Howie, again, you stole my thunder, man. I had Welcome to Miami with Will Smith. I was like, yeah, there you go. And then you had the Pittsburgh Steelers joint that I have wrote down too, Black and Yellow. But what you didn't have, Howie, for my number 1 was my New England Patriots with Montel Jordan with "This Is How We Do It." I was like, that's because
wait. Hold on. One side of that was you singing because that was the worst off key.
You were like, my wife loves the way I sing. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Shout out to wives. Shout out to all the wives.
Yeah, that's why I was looking forward to that. And next time I'm gonna get some song clips. I'm gonna put them in there. All right. So now the next thing is we got to move on, Howie, to my another part that I was looking forward to. Top 5 teams we don't want, and I'm gonna say don't. We do not want to see the Joker land on. Do not want to see the Joker land on if Denver ends up trading him, because it looked like Denver might, because they know they're gonna rebuild. They know they gotta do something. The team is getting ready to go different places. So give me a top 5 teams that you do not want to see Joker land on.
And I'm telling you, I don't want him to be on my first 3 teams, period, because of the style. And I don't want to see him disrupted, and I don't think that he would even be valuable, you know what I'm saying, to these things. I think he would mess up the chemistry, and that's the Houston Rockets, number 1.
God damn it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I just think it's going to throw it off. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Joker is a little slow. OKC, I do not want to see them try to do nothing weird with these picks and all this stuff in light of what you were just talking about and try to get him. They need to go after Giannis. I wouldn't get the Joker. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think that his game fits their style of play. I wouldn't want to see him go to the Memphis Grizzlies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I just think that they running gunning. And those 3 teams in particular I just mentioned, Houston Rockets, OKC, and Memphis, they all fast and young. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Joker got a slow man half-court game. You know what I'm saying? So he wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, really, really excel now. And he's getting to that age now. We got to kind of have a system kind of built around him. And they're not going to, none of those teams are building around him. You know what I'm saying? They're just not going to do it. Mm-hmm. Golden State Warriors, they on a rebuild. So I don't see him going there. You know what I'm saying? Golden State about to kind of probably dismantle that team. Mm-hmm. I don't see Steph Curry doing but 1 more season. Like his last lap around or something. Maybe 2. Maybe
3. I'll give him 3.
You know, I just don't think he's gonna do it. I think he'd be a good analyst, one that's playing. If I could add one that I've left out. I think you said it too, Spank. And I wouldn't want to see him go to the Wizards.
Yeah, I like that.
God damn.
Just because it's the Wizards. Yeah. it's like one of them franchises, man. He would just be done. You know what I'm saying? It'd be throwaway. So those are my top things. I just don't see Joker going to.
I gotta say, Howie, I love you, brother. But if the Joker lands on Golden State with Steph Curry, bro, and you take Draymond Green out, you replace him with, like, how do they not go to the finals with him? You know what I mean? I don't see how that wouldn't happen. Because Draymond Green's biggest asset is he can pass the ball to Steph. You know, he passed the ball to everybody. And Joker's a hell of a passer. And he can shoot the 3. So that would be a danger to me. I mean, I understand your opinion, but to me, you add him, Golden State with Jimmy Buckets, they get way better. Like way like.
But how long though? How long is Steph gonna last?
It don't matter. Right now, I'm just saying, if you get him this year, like for this season, tell me they don't go to the Western Conference Finals or the NBA Finals. How that don't happen?
I give him 1 season. I give him 1 season, but after that, it's a
right.
It's a pumpkin. Yeah.
You're right. But I like your list though. I respect your list. I like your list, except for the Golden State Warrior pick. I disagree with that. That's why I disagree with. But Mo, give me your top 5 that you don't want to see Joker on, and for whatever reason you got.
Well, you know what? I had Howard took 2 of mine. Houston for the same reason. You know, his style of play doesn't work with them. You know, and I got the Wizards. I got the Wizards down there also. So I'll get those out the way. I don't want to see him go to Philadelphia. Ooh. I wouldn't want to see, because I think with him and what's that point guard? Tyrese Maxey. Yeah, give Maxey somebody legit to play with. They're gonna die. Oh man. You know, because Tyrese Maxey, he can adjust his game to whoever he's playing with. He just needs somebody else to help him carry that load. And that team they got right there, that might just put them over. That'll be scary, him in Philly. I don't want to see him go to Boston. Mm-hmm. I do not want to see him go to Boston. Get rid of Porzingis and they bring him in. I can see that happening, or something crazy like that. They'll get rid of a big contract, or maybe even Jaylen Brown. You know, it ain't no. If Jordan can get traded, Luka can get traded, Jaylen Brown can get traded. Anything can happen.
That's true.
You know, you never know how these guys are thinking. And my sleeper, that I think if he go there, if the team changes, Atlanta.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Him in Atlanta, like I say, Trae Young is Trae Young. You know, but those guys can adjust their style of play. You know, for him coming in and being in this, man. Listen, you put him in Atlanta right now.
Yeah, you put him with Philly. That's a good pick, because they would go to they could do work like that.
They could do work. So Philly and Atlanta and Boston, those 3.
Yeah, I can understand that. All right, Spank, give me your 5, because now you had time to think about it real fast. Give me your 5 that you don't want to see, whether it's good or whether it's for bad. Give me your top 5 you don't want to see.
I don't want to see him go to the Pistons, because that's going to make them better. And I'm a bandwagon Piston fan, so I don't want to root for them. So I don't want them to win. I don't want Pistons to get them. That'll make it better. I don't want him to go to Golden State, because they're going to try to get rid of Draymond. And if you're a Golden State Warrior fan like myself, you already realize that they can't go to the game, to the chip, without Draymond. Mm-hmm. Draymond is the main source to the whole Warriors. Like, you get rid of Draymond, you might as well, I don't know, be a Piston fan. But I don't want to see him go to the Lakers, but it would be cool, because finally they can get rid of LeBron and Bronny James together, the package bum deal. That might be kind of even better for them. And I don't want to see him go to Dallas, because he's going to get hurt as soon as he get there. Poor Klay Thompson. He got hurt. I mean, come on. Everybody gets hurt when they go there. Is that 4 or 5? That's 4.
That's 4.
And I don't want to see him play for the what was that movie called that Jordan did and LeBron killed it and destroyed it?
Space Jam.
I wouldn't want to see him play on the Space Jam team. Because he got the ugliest shoes that Jordan ever made, and I just don't see it working. I just don't see it working.
All right, so I like your 5. Now, let me give y'all my 5. I number 5 is, even though he plays for Denver Nuggets right now, I don't want to see him play with the Denver Nuggets no more, because they're going in the wrong direction. So that's 5 for me. Number 5 for me. I want to get him out of it. Number 4 for me is I don't want him to go to New York Knicks, because if he goes to New York Knicks with Jalen Brunson, they're going to win a chip. And we know, I'm a Celtics fan. I don't want to see that happen. So there's no way I want to see him go to the New York Knicks, because you add him with just Jalen Brunson, they're going to get to at least the Western Conference Final, if not, and win the whole thing. Number 3 is I don't want to see him go to Washington Wizards, because he would go into a black hole. He wouldn't win nothing. Like nothing there. He wouldn't win nothing. It would be going to an abyss, and we wouldn't even be talking about him no more. So that'd be it.
Be somewhere in Southeast listening to go-go music.
That's right. And number 2 for me is I don't want to see him go to the Phoenix and play with Devin Booker or Kevin Durant, because first of all, Durant's gonna be gone, and him and Devin Booker, I don't think would match. But I think a lot of people would try to make that fit, and I don't want to see that. And number one for me is I don't want to see him go to Los Angeles Lakers, because if you have him and Luka on the same team, they would have highlights on the Lakers every single day, all day on Sports Center, First Take, God Take, Get Up. You would see them. Oh, you see this pass? You would see that stuff all day, every day, until I get sick of it. Like, and it's already bad enough when LeBron was in his thing. And I'm not a LeBron hater. I just like the Lakers going down that path with Luka, and then you add Joker on. Oh my God, y'all can already imagine. And I'm not even a prejudiced person, but you have two white guys who'd be dominating the NBA.
I was just about to say that.
Oh my goodness, it'd be all over. And again, I'm not saying that from a prejudice standpoint. I'm just saying that's what they would like to have. You know what I mean? Let's be realistically, they want to have that.
And that team will win a championship too.
Yeah, and when Cooper Flag gets here, get ready for this, y'all. Cooper Flag is about to be the face of the NBA. But trust and believe, if he's even an all right player, if he's somewhat good, it's a wrap. Dallas Mavericks,
he is good
everywhere. Yeah, he gonna be. Yeah, he gonna. Oh, get ready for that.
Yeah.
And I ain't mad at him because Cooper Flag can ball. I ain't mad at him.
You can.
All right, so now here we go, Howie. Top 5 player injuries in any sport that changed the trajectory of that team. You know what I mean? Like the team was going one way, and next thing you know, that person got hurt. Oh my goodness, changed everything.
Well, I gotta say, man, one of the biggest to me was Bo Jackson when he got that hip injury. I think that, man, he wasn't even at his premier athletically yet, and he was doing the duo. He was baseball, he was football. Yeah, I mean, he was incredible. Bo knows everything, boy. Remember that? Remember the whole advertisement?
Yeah.
Bo knows everything, man. I mean, he was doing all kind of. I mean, he was incredible. Then he got hurt, man, and that changed everything. That changed him for the rest of his career. I mean, ended his career, really. You know what I'm saying? For all practical purposes, and changed everything. You know what I'm saying? About football at the time and how everybody's looking. I mean, he just dropped the whole media campaign. I mean, it just squashed everything at the time. Bo Jackson got hurt. I think when Paul George broke his leg, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that was big time. And I think that. Because he was incredible, especially, coming out of college and then, early in his NBA, Paul George was dope, man. When he got hurt, his whole productivity went down, everything, you know what I'm saying? He just never really recovered from that. Just never was the same guy. He's still a decent player. He just never was the explosive guy that we thought that he was going to be. When Tiger Woods got into that car accident, man, that was it. He hasn't been good at golf since.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was on top. You know what I'm saying? Like, golf's, love child or whatever you want to call him. And to see him go down, get that accident, man, he never, ever really recovered from that. You know what I'm saying? He just never was a good golfer. He's average at best now. And, that's sad. He kind of changed the way, golf kind of looked at him or viewed him and viewed his legacy, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Once he kind of went down like this, it's a little sad, actually.
And the white girls helped too.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was an injury I wasn't gonna talk about.
That was a kryptonite.
Do y'all remember the tennis player Monica Seles?
Yeah,
Yeah, she got stabbed on the court.
Yeah, remember that. I remember that.
She got stabbed on the court, man. And at the time she got stabbed, she was ranked number 1 and had already won like 8 out of 9 Grand Slams. And then after that, she was done. You know what I'm saying? Change forever, man. That was critical. That was crucial. And actually doing research on this topic, man, made me come across that situation. I remember that actually, and that was kind of sad. That was back in '93. Mm-hmm. And then my last one, I got to say, which I think everybody remember. No, I got to give you one throwback. In 1985, Joe Theismann broke his leg on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, sure did.
Yep. And that was the first time that the nation had kind of seen an injury like that, kind of live. You know what I'm saying? And the kind of thing the way they promoted it, that changed everything. that changed a lot. The way people view football, the way they looked at how violent it was at that time and all that kind of stuff. Though, but that just changed everybody's thought. It was just a big thing, and that ended his career. That was the end. He never played again. You know what I'm saying?
I like your picks, Howie. I like your picks. Give me yours, Mo. Give me your top 5 injuries to you that changed their team's trajectory.
Well, I'm gonna start with my Knicks, because after the Patrick Ewing era, the Knicks went and made a trade to get Antonio McDyess. Mm-hmm. If you remember Antonio McDyess back then, before the injury, he was a monster. He was a rebounding, scoring power for everything the Knicks needed. Preseason, boom, he went down. Well, I ain't got to tell y'all the rest. We ain't been right since. Ain't nothing been right since until today. Magic Johnson. When Magic Johnson got diagnosed with HIV, because that shook up the Lakers. The Lakers was in a rebuild.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody was looking for the Lakers to come back. After that, with people say Mike might not have gotten those 3 if Magic doesn't get the virus. That was one of the biggest barbershop arguments out there.
Nobody wanted to check him.
Nobody wanted to give him nothing. Like, go ahead, you can get those 2 points. You can get those 2 points.
Woo, I remember that.
You do.
Joel Embiid. Tell me Joel Embiid injuries has not affected the Philadelphia 76ers.
Jesus.
Joel Embiid has single-handedly destroyed a whole multi-billion-dollar conglomerate with whatever it is that's going on with him. Mm-hmm. Coco, when she was on the wet wife beater pole tournament, when she twists her ankle, Coco couldn't perform the rest of the moves. She had to get out, and they would have won. The wet wife beaters would have won, but since Coco twisted her ankle, they were out of it. And my last one, Boston Barry out of Baltimore. He was the best one for the, picking pockets, getting wallets when they were going to the Super Bowl, because they went to sporting events to steal. And when Boston Barry got finger points and finger cramps in his hand and injured himself, they just weren't the same, man. So that's it.
Okay, I like your list. Spank, I know you didn't have time to dig into this or dive in, but give me as many as you can come up with, up to 5 off the top of your head.
Okay, I'm gonna start with I don't know his name, but the guy from the Buffalo Bills who literally died on TV. Remember the guy who? He died for like 5 minutes.
Hamlin.
Oh yeah.
That was a tragedy, and that was really the first time they really showed a person like dead on the field. That was crazy. I'm gonna go with Serena Williams. Now I don't know what injury she had, but she had the same injury as what was the other baseball player who turned light skinned?
Sammy Sosa.
Sammy Sosa. I don't know if that really affected her career, but don't nobody know her no more because she light skinned, and I don't know what that is. That Michael Jackson. She turned to Michael Jackson or something. I don't know what that was. My third, I'm gonna go with Klay Thompson because when he got hurt so bad that they should have kicked Green out of the league.
Uh-oh, what happened to him?
Spanky just went out. Draymond Green heard him say it.
Yeah, I know. I'm great.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a minute to come back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, he disconnected. I'll bring him back in when he come back in. All right, so I'm gonna give you mine. I'm
gonna say one to fill his one. Just give me one for Detroit. Just a little bonus. We had a player named Mike Utley who was on that team in '91.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, who was on that team
yeah, we can hear you, Spank. Hold on one second.
His name was Mike Utley. His name was Michael Utley. He was on that Detroit Lions team in 1991 with Barry Sanders when they lost to the Washington Redskins. And that was the year they lost, and then they lost again, of course, last year to the Redskins. But that was the year that we were supposed to go all the way with Barry Sanders. And we lost one of our biggest, best offensive guys. And I think that changed the trajectory of the Lions at that time.
Okay, go ahead, Spank. Finish your list.
What did I leave? I was at 4. I
Yeah.
said Klay Thompson. And I'm gonna go with although he is celebrated a lot, Shaquille O'Neal, but people don't remember the Shaq toe. You remember when he had the Shaq toe and he couldn't even run back to the other side? That kind of killed his
that was called the
career.
fat ass. That wasn't called the Shaq toe. That was really called the fat ass.
He was the fat ass. And he had the gout. He had the gout with no medicine.
Yeah, he did. You got one more. You got
one more.
Okay.
One more. I said that I have. I don't know if I can think of another one. I had 5, but that interruption kind of messed me up.
All right. Well, let me give y'all my 5. For me, at number 5 is Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo, everybody was talking a whole lot of trash, especially my boy Toure. He talked cash trash until Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt. And then the 49ers went to Super Bowl contenders to Washington Wash Bowl. You know what I mean? They were gone. That was it for them. Yeah. When David Ortiz at number 4 got hurt, that changed our trajectory for the Red Sox because we was going one way. And then when he gets hurt, they went the other way. But Kobe Bryant, when he got hurt, everybody was like, oh my God, it looked like the Lakers about to be, they were already bad when he got hurt. They were about to be from bad to worse. White Chocolate, play that clip of Kobe Bryant when he got hurt, when he came up to the foul line, hurt with an Achilles tear. Go ahead, White Chocolate.
Kobe Bryant cannot continue. But he's going to shoot the free throws. He could barely make it to the free throw line. And he is hurting. But the Lakers down by 2, and they want him and need him at the free throw line. Got it.
Now after this free throw, I'm going to be very curious to see how he responds, not backpedaling or whatever.
We didn't have to play the whole thing, so I just wanted to stop it right there. You all got the gist of that. Kobe Bryant hits the 2 free throws and walks off.
Hey, Frank, can I say one thing?
Yes, sir.
Klay Thompson had to do the same thing.
Yeah, he sure did. He did. He did. And like Jason Tatum, he couldn't do it. So I'm not even gonna crack on my boy like that because he looked like he was in pain. But Kobe Bryant's my number 3. My number 2 was Jason Tatum. Obviously the Celtics trajectory is getting ready to go in a whole different direction now.
Oh, that was my 5th.
Okay, well there you go. Well, he's on my number 2 list. But my number 1, to change the whole trajectory, everything else, cue it up, White Chocolate. Cue it up.
Watch at the conclusion of this play. Tom's standing there. He's going to step into it. And right there, his left leg gets flexed. That's Bernard Pollard, the blitzer.
That's my number 1. Y'all saw it. When Tom Brady gets hurt, that changed the whole trajectory because that was beginning of 2008 season, and we had just went 18-1 the season before. When everybody was expecting us to run it back, we only won 11. We won 11 games the season after that. So we did okay. We did okay. Now, I have another question. I wanted to see if I want to ask that, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna switch up directions, and I heard something today on a sports talk radio show, and I loved it so much. I'm copying it, but you'll never hear me say I'm copying it. So you'll never hear that again. So I'm gonna give each one of you all, White Chocolate, cue me up 60 seconds, and you come in when they gotta stop, and you say stop. Okay, White Chocolate in the back. All right, Howie Bell, you got 60 seconds, bro. 60 seconds for you to tell me what is your biggest sports topic of the day, and tell me why you think it's the biggest one of the day. You got 60 seconds. Go.
My biggest sports topic of today, it's got to be Brock Purdy getting all that bread. I can't even remember how much it was. Like 500 million? How much did he get? I don't know. But it got to be something like that. And I don't even like San Francisco. I just thought that deal was incredible for him to go from really the bottom, you know what I'm saying, to the top, to get that kind of deal. I think that's dope. I don't care who it is and what team he's for. He got the bread, and he started off as the underdog, and now he's the big dog.
Okay, so you finished even before your time. That's good. Mo, you got 60 seconds. Wake up, Mo. Give me your biggest story, sports story of the day. You got 60 seconds of what's the biggest one that you like, whatever. Your biggest sports story today. Yeah,
it's gonna be my boys. It's gonna be the Knicks. We knew Brock Purdy was gonna get paid after he started playing good. Come on, man. Brock Purdy is the 49ers. So that's that. And what was something else that was big? Oh, we knew OKC was gonna run through Denver after we knew they were gonna find their way. That ain't big. Everybody picked it. Nobody expected the Knicks to be here. Nobody. Everybody in Boston, the first thing they said was if they win one. And then they said they won't win another one. We're going to run on 4 straight. And then they said we got the best, we got the MVP right here, finals MVP, and we played better without him. Nobody expected us to be here. The whole world counted us out. I'm done.
That's your 60 seconds. And you finished before that too. That's good. 4-pack. My man Spanky Hayes. I like his name, 4-pack. 4-pack. Give me yours. Your biggest. Sorry.
That's like the fat Tupac. Okay.
Okay. 4-pack. There you go. Okay. 4-pack. Okay.
So,
4-pack. Give me yours. Your biggest sports.
Well, I'm gonna stay with NBA since that's the biggest subject of the day. I want to say to my man with the burgundy, like myself, that's good looking on the burgundy, but you are still counted out. The Knicks suck. They will not beat Indiana. They haven't beat Indiana all year.
You want to spend your 50 seconds arguing with me?
Yeah, no, I don't. I'll call you on the phone for that. But the thing is this. This is the first time that the finals don't include California.
In a long time.
No California team that's playing right now. I think that's a big deal if you from the West Coast or ever lived on the West Coast. This is the first time West Coasters, I'm a big Warrior fan. It's the first time I got to actually watch 4 other teams right now that I hate. And it ain't that I hate them. It's just that my team ain't playing. So I just automatically hate them.
Time's up.
There we go.
All right, my 60 seconds. I don't even need 60 seconds to do this. The biggest sports story to me right now is Brad Stevens gets on the radio. He gets on TV 2 hours ago, and he said, point blank, flat out, he said the Celtics blew it. He said the first 2 games we blew it. We knew we blew it, and after that, it was hard to recover. And since it was hard for us to recover, we knew that the New York Knicks was going to be able to come in and do what they were able to do because we put ourselves behind the 8 ball. Quote, unquote, as close to it as I can remember that he said it. And Brad Stevens is so disappointed. That's number 1 point he made. And number 2 point he made, which I think is going to be running on Sports Center in about 10 minutes, is he alluded to he's not trading Jaylen Brown, where everybody on Boston Sports Talk thinks that he's trading Jaylen Brown. He let it be known without saying it directly, they're not trading Jaylen Brown. So that's my 60 seconds. That's my sports talk stories and everything else. And that's it. So thank you guys, man. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate that. So before we roll up out of here, Howie, tell everybody out there how we can follow you, what you got going on, what's going on in your world.
What's up, man? Listen, man, great show, fellas. Howie Bizzell, HOWIE, and that's always on the gram. Or Howie Bell, put that in your search engine, man. This weekend, I'm going to Flint, y'all, Friday, and they got their water back. How about that? Flint just got the water back. Wow. That was a big story. They just announced that today. Yeah.
Wow. How long has it been? It's been like, what, 2 years, 3 years?
Now since like 2016.
Wow. I knew it was a long time.
Been a minute.
Don't drink out the faucet. A raccoon.
They just got their drinking water back established. So, but this weekend I'll be in Flint Friday, and then Saturday I'll be with Joe Claire in Bowie, man. Me, Ashima Franklin, and Talent. It's gonna be nice. Yeah, Joe Claire, banging in Bowie. Yeah.
All right, Mo, tell everybody out there what's going on, how they can follow you, what's going on in your world.
Always Mo_comic. You catch me locally here in Boston. I'm at the Comedy Studio this week. I'm also at Laugh Boston, and I'm at Boston Comedy Festival tour also on the weekend. So you catch me all over.
My man Mo working. I like that, Mo. Good to see that. Good to see that. My man 4-pack. There it is. Spanky Hayes, man. Great to see you. Where you at? Spank? Are you in Detroit or are you in LA?
No, I'm in Detroit right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but I will be in New York this weekend. How you follow me is Spanky Hayes, ENT. That's my Instagram. That's my new Instagram in case you guys don't have it. Facebook is Carlos Hayes. You know, like I said, this weekend I'll be in New York shooting a movie. And Sunday I get to come home and rub on my wife all day.
There it is.
That's
there it is.
the most important day of the whole week is Sunday.
I love that. I love that. And thanks to White Chocolate for helping me produce the show. Tell everybody how they can follow you, bro.
You can follow me and Frank on Facebook and YouTube on Boston Street Shooters.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for obviously watching the show. And most importantly, our viewership is going up dramatically. I really love it, man. We're averaging now 1,200 views a show. I'm loving that, man. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you all for sharing. Continue to please share and share and share. Subscribe.
Right.
You can go to subscribe to our channel now on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, we like that, man. We greatly appreciate that. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Back at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, talking about more sports, more top fives, more 60 seconds of sports topics of what's going on today. And we're going to start introducing some segments up in here. So thank you all for watching. Greatly appreciate y'all. We'll see you.